The purpose of this video is to give you an idea how to assemble the parts in the drum brakes of either a Pinto or a Mustang II. Now, when I got this axle, it was empty. It had no parts at all inside the drums, and diagrams for it are extremely hard to find. So it took a lot of experimentation to figure out how all this went together, and looking at a lot of bits and pieces of other makes and manufacturers. But I finally got it all assembled, and I thought I'd show you how to do it. So a brief tour here first. Here's the wheel cylinder. Goes on very simply with two bolts that you can see here. It's pretty self-explanatory, and the wheel cylinders are interchangeable from one side to the other. The two shoes for each side are different. The shoe that goes toward the front of the car has pad material over a much smaller area than the pad that goes to the rear of the car, which is the trailing shoe, which covers a much larger area. It's important not to get those confused, because they will interchange, and you can completely assemble the rear end, like I did, with them in the wrong order. Inside here, starting to look at some of the internal parts, here you can see the park brake lever that joins the two shoes from one side to the other. Hard to get light in there. And you'll notice that one side has a spring over it, and the spring goes on the end of the bar that has a narrow notch, and there's a much wider notch in this end here. And the reason, and you can see it right here, kind of hiding in the background, the reason it has a wider notch in it is because it also goes over the parking brake actuating lever. Don't leave that part out. It's kind of important. Some people do. This is the actuating lever here. You can see it moves around a little bit. Once the park brake is in place, the internal spring that goes in there will keep some tension on it and keep it in place. At the bottom, we have the self-adjusting mechanism here with the little star wheel and the actuating lever for the self-adjuster. Looking through the hole here, you can see that at this end of the lever, there's this here, which is a cable that comes up the back, goes around this little guide, which fits into a hole in the shoe, and the spring here goes through the hole as well and holds the little guide in place. And the cable goes up and attaches the same place as the springs at the top. Again, looking through the hole, you'll see what here is red, and that's the end of what appears to be a Mack truck suspension spring. Pretty difficult to stretch, and it goes on to the other shoe. So basically, it holds the two shoes together at the bottom, and also provides tension for the cable that goes up to here as part of the self-adjusting mechanism, and allows this lever, as wear occurs, to move this lever down and turn the little star wheel here, which is threaded internally, and it spreads the two shoes at the bottom, taking up room for slack when the brakes wear. That's the basic arrangement of parts. Hopefully this video will be of some assistance to you. I wish I'd had something like this many hours ago when I started into this project. But I've checked it all out. Everything all works and functions the way it's supposed to, so we know this is correct. So hopefully this will be of some assistance to you. Thanks.